Hi! I believe this is working correctly. Yes, it looks like it is. All right. Yeah. There's a we have a green screen. That's up, as you can see. I think it's working. All right, cool. Cool. Now, we're gonna do... All right, hold up. Okay, everyone, hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Today we're gonna be going over this video of mine. From August 20th, 2020. This is about 3 weeks ago now. Reviewing my green voter debate SmackDown. So this... Yeah, we're just gonna go through this point by point, I guess. Yeah, sound good to everyone? I think this is... I'm using a green screen now. This is... Alright, looks like it's working. Okay, so this is like an hour-long video, so this stream is going to be like 3 hours long, which is perfect. Because every time I do these streams, I seem to like... I seem to lose subscribers, so... Okay. Anyway, for a background for this, I don't think we need background, actually. This guy started talking shit on Twitter. He called me... Maybe I should pull it up. He called me a same-core capitulating incel virgin. And then he was like, you want to debate? And I'm like, all right. I don't know if... Oh my god. Maybe I should just Google. Celiacattack incel virgin. I guess it's not Googling it if I'm like typing it in. Yeah, so are all Bernie Busters narcissists? Or are they just the most visible? This guy comes in, debate on whatever platform feel comfortable. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's not even bother with any of that. Thank you, Suff Eric. I appreciate that. What's up, Gurnicato? Anyway, I guess if we really need to go into the tweets, we can do that, but I don't think anyone really cares. Some people got mad that I said Bernie or Busters are unstable narcissists. And one thing led to another. We got some good content out of it. So, let's begin. Yeah, and it took this guy like 30 minutes to fucking get into the Discord. What a loser. Classy. I didn't realize I'm wearing the same shirt. This is doubly meta. Put that up. Moments before disaster. Socratic thing. Oh, no one can hear the video. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me start this over again. Yeah, whoop, desktop audio right there. I guess I turned it off. I was doing something else. I was recording something else. Sorry, guys. That's okay, because you know what? Y'all haven't actually missed anything. Because this guy goes on forever and doesn't fucking say anything. All right, we're gonna try that again. Thanks for telling me. I should have caught that. Okay, hold on a moment. Let me turn you down a little bit.
All right, I'll turn down my shit too because it's a little too loud. My part.
So what's up? I hear you talking some shit on Twitter. What's up with that?
Yeah, it's just because you're being very dismissive towards someone.
By the way, I need to tell you, I am live streaming right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, just so you know, it's not a lot of people. I just need to tell you that before we go.
Right, I'm not going to dox anybody.
Oh no, it's not my concern. That's just proper and respectful.
Thank you for being proper and respectful.
Twitch in some states now require you to tell people when you're streaming, but it don't matter.
That means a great deal to me. Can you guys hear me and it's not obscured, or because I have a fan on?
No, you're fine.
Okay. So, celiacattack.
Yeah, that's me.
Do you want me to ask you how are we going to do this? The Socratic thing?
You were the one who said you wanted to come on here, so I assume you had something in mind. Otherwise, I would ask you about your Bernie or bust position, but which we now come later to find out it's not really a Bernie or bust position because he's voting for someone else entirely, or at least that's what he seemed to imply. Okay. I'll leave it up to you.
Right. Well, I think because you did the Tumblrina kind of hand waving towards someone who is a mutual friend of both of ours, made me think that perhaps your praxis is in large part a product of the people that you watch.
All right, hold on. Actually, I don't actually remember what it was I said. My memory, my brain don't work so good these days. Let's see, I blocked this other person, so let me pull it up. Yeah, I was talking with this person who used to be a friend. Well, I guess let's reveal some tweets. So are all Bernie busters unstable narcissists, or are they just the most visible? I never got an NPD diagnosis, but my first counselor told me I was histrionic. Okay, fine. Are all blue no matter whom enlightened lefties misogynists or just the visible ones? Yikes. I don't think I've ever been a blue no matter who person, but people like this don't care. It sucks, but could be an ableist asshole throwing the word narcissist as a petty insult. I mean, if you feel like narcissist is like a petty insult, which, I mean, it kind of is, but if you're really too upset about it for being ableist, it's like, I don't know, man. You know, it's a lot of narcissists are abusers. But anyway, I told them I don't care what you call me. Go back to BuzzFeed, you Trotskyist troll. That's the one that the guy mentioned. I never used the word Tumblr. BuzzFeed, you Trotskyist troll. What else? Go back to BuzzFeed. Haven't read it in a while. Oh yeah, this was really fucked up of them. Go back to BuzzFeed. I haven't read BuzzFeed news in a while, but their journalist coverage of things people haven't covered, such as when a chain of private mental health hospitals kept people against their will. Oh wait, you're not serious. You're just thinking that's acute. I have no idea what this person's talking about. Just acute. Oh, you were just thinking that's a cute insult. Ah, Michael Brooks would be so proud of your eloquence and non-gendered insults. Oops, sorry, who's the troll? Yeah, that's fucked up. What's more fucked up is this, or you using information I confided in you as a friend turned into an insult and told me my partners or former partners shaped my politics. Really? Tell me. Y'all don't need to know any more about this person. They're clearly not well. Doesn't really matter, because that's not the person who came in to debate me. Yeah. This guy. All right, whatever. Y'all got it. He's talking about Tumblr stuff, and I've never mentioned Tumblr. I thought it was kind of funny to say, you know, go back to BuzzFeed, you Trotskyist troll. I thought that as alliteration. That's a little funny. Because this person's like, unironically a Trotskyist. Which I guess is better than like being a full tanky, but I don't know. It's still pretty cringe if you ask me. I don't get why you need to base your entire political view on one person like that. Anyway, let's continue.
Received opinion.
Hold on, let me start that sentence again.
Your praxis is in large part a product of the people that you watch. Received opinion. You're just you're no better than an IDW or SJW crowd, where you're just repeating shit that you fucking heard instead of actually doing your own personal first philosophy and figure out.
So yeah, if y'all haven't seen this already, I gotta warn you now. We're 2 minutes in. There's 56 minutes in this video. He talks like this the entire time. It doesn't get better.
How your voting praxis should be applied. Yeah, okay. I'd like you.
That's interesting. Could you elaborate? Could you give me like a specific example of what you're referring to here? He doesn't. Because I really don't know.
Basically, what is your argument for someone voting against their conscience in order to not vote against the wrong party?
Yeah. I asked for an example and he doesn't even acknowledge it. Oh boy. This is He starts with, he didn't even get the quote right, first of all, but
how should someone vote in a negative activity instead of proactively?
What the fuck does that even... You can see on my face.
How should someone vote in a negative activity instead of proactively?
You can see the look on my face. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What? Even now, that's incoherent.
The wrong party. How should someone vote in a negative activity instead of proactively?
How should someone vote in a negative activity instead of proactively? And this is followed up by voting your... What's your argument against voting your conscience? Fuck. I don't get... Oh, Lord. Is this... This might be a list. Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you. I don't entirely understand what you mean by this, but I'm going to try to address what I think you mean, if that's okay. Basically, you're saying, why should someone vote a certain way if it's against their conscience, even if it's so-called the lesser of two evils, for example?
Yeah, I'll agree to that. Go ahead.
Okay, so I say, for all of democracy is voting for a lesser of two evils.
This is true.
Or sometimes more than two evils, but
This is very true.
in the first past the post system that we have, it is, for the most part, lesser of two evils. And right now, what we have with the president and the White House is just so catastrophically bad that I say we need to go with whatever the most strongest opportunity is for getting him out. It's really quite simple.
What do you think?
This was also said before all the fires started. So my comment aged really fucking well. Also, like a couple days ago, I'm in Arizona. I'm not in California. I'm not exactly on the West Coast, but just I had a day a few days ago. We had the air quality index here got over 100. That's when it gets into the orange. And I woke up like coughing just from like the ozone in the air here now normally, and then all the smoke from the California fires. Like, I have never heard of that happening here in Phoenix before. Not like that. We've had smog days, but not this. This is completely different. DSA are a bunch of revisionists. DSA, I don't know. They are. I want to like them, but every time I see them pop up, I'm cringing. I love him, man, but the guy behind me is even sexier. Which one? That guy, or that guy, the skeleton? I don't remember. Let's just keep going.
Was the argument
Let's hear.
post?
Man, I gotta actually like put effort into listening to what this guy says, because it's just him out. It's on another planet. It's really quite simple.
What do you think was the argument?
Let's hear.
Post George W. Bush. What did
This isn't really even a good point to bring up, though, because like the actual harm being brought by Trump right now is, objectively speaking, much worse than Bush, much worse than Obama. Like, I saw something that popped up that said like in the last year he's launched like more drone attacks, more like there's more civilian deaths in the last year than all of like Bush and Obama combined. Like, and that's just war. That's just talking like American involvement in other countries. There's also, you look at like domestically speaking, it's like what, 200,000 from coronavirus? Bush never did that. And you know, McCain or Romney probably wouldn't have either. This is something much, much worse.
they argue?
Yeah, I know. I recognize that voice. By the way, while I have all of you here, we just passed 10 viewers. Yay. While I have all of you here, though, for a while, this guy's voice, like, reminds me of something. I don't know if it's a cartoon character or an actor or what, but I swear, like, I've heard a similar sounding voice somewhere before. If y'all can think of what it might be, let me know. But it's bugged me for a while, and I still haven't figured it out. All right. I remember post George W. Bush. The argument I heard back then was the main argument I heard back then was I want to vote for the black guy. If we're being real here.
Okay, memes aside, what was the slogan?
Yeah, they called it change.
Hope,
change. Yeah, it wasn't a lesser of two evils. It was, this is the answer, and this is going to save everything.
Right. One is going to destroy the...
I remember Jib Jab made a cartoon saying Obama was like a Superman. And he's like, it's going to change everything. And it didn't
so
really
that's
work.
been the narrative throughout. And I would argue...
Okay. This is, oh man, this is such a bad argument on his part, though. I probably should have hammered in on it harder.
Humbly, that voting the status quo, no matter if you're coming at it through a strategic, pragmatic argument, you are doing exactly the thing that has brought about everything you dislike about the modern corporatist duopoly.
Well, no,
and
that's not true. I voted for Bernie Sanders, and he lost, and now I'm just
there. You go.
And now
you threw your vote away instead of voting for Biden.
What? That what?
Retarded.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. I apologize. But like, this is bad. Even my face here, I'm incredulous. Like, I didn't expect. You threw your vote away instead of voting for Biden. Are you new to voting? Do you not know how?
Yeah.
Do you not know that sounds? That sounds like it's something a child would say. Are you new to voting? Do you not know how? Do you not know how?
I'm 34 years old.
Holy
I voted
shit!
many times.
We can pause it right there. 34 years old. Like that part, that's the part that still gets me, is this whole thing. Man. 34 years old, and not only is he like woefully ignorant as to how voting works, woefully ignorant to any sort of like political strategy at all. He's also a big fucking creep.
Yeah.
That's oh my god. So okay, I don't want to ad hom here, but like, yeah.
Go ahead.
You don't are you not do you not know how the primary I was clearly taken aback by that. That was a shock to me. I expected him to be quite a bit younger, just from what he had already said. Process works.
I do.
For the Democratic Party? He doesn't.
Of course I do.
Really? Anyway, he said something about, he'd argue that voting for the status quo causes, it just reinforces the duopoly that exists. And it's like, yes, but what else am I going to do? It's like, I should have leaned, in hindsight now, I would have leaned further into a harm reduction thing. And it's like, well, it doesn't really matter about reinforcing a status quo because it is kind of out of my hands. That is something that sucks about democracy. But it doesn't really matter because it's like, I'm still voting for a person. I'm still voting for the candidate that's going to save less lives. I would have leaned further into harm. No, I'm still voting for the candidate that would have saved more lives. I would have leaned further into harm reduction. And that I would rather have a status quo, of maybe I'd rather have a status quo, Obama drone strikes every so often, instead of a status quo of 200,000 people are dying because of an uncontained virus and every other country in the world has closed its borders to us and everything's on fire. Yeah, I would have preferred that liberal status quo over this.
Right. The point you're making is that it's stratified into a primary and then a general. And so I'm throwing my vote away because it's going to be taking a vote away from Biden. Therefore, I'm voting against my class interest. I'm voting for, in other words, also, my vote.
I never actually use the words throwing your vote away. I would say the argument that you're going to vote for some third party thing is like just colossal waste, really. You're not actually accomplishing anything. But he's the one that used that term and brought it up. I never really went and jumped to that, which is kind of funny because he accused me of being the one who's just repeating things I've heard from other streamers or whatever. I don't.
We'll
get to that.
My affirmative vote, let's say I'm voting for Howie Hawkins, would be
Howie Hawkins is the Green Party candidate right now, but like every time I hear that, I didn't know this at the time, but now every time I hear that name, it's just like, oh, you're voting for the Hungry Howie's guy? Hungry Howie's, the pizza? I don't know if that's the thing for the rest of y'all know. Hungry Howie's Pizza. Yeah. We got him here in Phoenix. Hungry Howie's. See? Oh, that's yeah, Hungry Howie's. They don't have gluten-free pizza, so I can't eat it. But I had it like once or twice before. It was horrible. It's like $5 pizza. It's like a competitor to the cheapest Little Caesars level of pizza. It's trash.
Affirmative vote for Trump.
Just like Howie of the Libertarian Party. I already forgot his name. Howie Hewitt? Howie Mandel? I don't know.
Is that
okay? So first off, you're wrong in that the primary voting for the Democratic Party is not. This is my weakest argument. An actual like election. It's rather it's an intra-party thing. Each party has their own inner elections. They are not bound by law to actually have to do these things. But it's true, but it's weak. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
but it's not throwing my vote away if I vote for Bernie and it goes to Biden in the primary. It's
no.
It's saying I'm giving it to this. This is who I want. Who I want lost. So I'm going to go with the next best person in line.
Thank you. Other than the last concession you've made is exactly the worldview of all what you consider to be, sorry if I'm misconstruing it, as a tanky LARPer or someone who's voting against their class.
Don't think I've used any of those words here, but okay.
Class interest. I just don't stop. You go, oh, within this certain voting in a primary is different than voting in the, in a general election. Yeah, all you're doing is rationalizing you voting against your own self-interest. I vote point of sale.
Tell me, do you think if I vote for whatever weird socialist fringe candidate you've got, is that going to change my self-interest in any way? I live in Arizona right now. It's looking like this might very well be a swing state. And I can tell you this, if I vote for whoever weird candidate you've got, it's not going to do shit for me. But if we manage to swing Arizona blue, the value of that vastly outweighs whatever weirdo thing you've got in your mind.
This is true.
Okay, so when you voted for Bernie in the...
This is true. Like, our Senate race this year is looking to be very contentious. 2 years ago, we swung blue in Arizona. We voted for Kristen Sinema over Martha McSally. Then John McCain died, and our governor appointed Martha McSally, the Republican loser. He appointed her to John McCain's old Senate seat. Now she's running for re-election. So she won a Senate seat. She lost the race for the Senate seat, got one anyway as a participation trophy, and is now running again. And a lot of people are really pissed off about that because we didn't vote for her. We voted against her. And, well, she's running for re-election, and the guy against her, the Democrat Mark Kelly, the astronaut and wife of Gabby Giffords, the value of him getting into the Senate and having Arizona have 2 Democratic senators, the value of that is just immense. Like, my whole life it's been Republican senators, and now within 2 years we might get 2 blue ones, 2 Democrats. That's insane. Oh man, that's something to behold. Just the idea of swinging the state is, like, the value there can't be understated. I mean, the value there can't be overstated. It's, whew. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited for that one. I am like infinitely more excited for that race than I am any of the others, really.
Primary. Did you care whether or not he would win? Did you vote for him only because you thought he would win? Or because you wanted to cast...
All right. In hindsight, I would have added, like, yeah, he stood a really good chance of winning. That's why I voted for him. Conversely, I also could have said, like, you know, at the time, I maybe valued Warren or Bill de Blasio too, but Sanders stood a better chance of winning than they did. So he's the one who got the vote. Because, you know, sometimes you do need to have a little bit of political knowledge for these things. Sometimes you do need to go with whoever the best candidate is. That might win. Because it's like a good counter argument. I mean, a good counter argument someone else on Reddit suggested after this was, like, if you're going to vote for your conscience, then you're going to vote for yourself. And if you just vote for yourself for everything, that doesn't really do anything, because you didn't put forth any effort to campaign for the race. And we can't do that. So no, you vote for whoever you vote for whoever has put the best effort in, who's going to have the most likely chance of winning, who's closest to your values, blah, 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 blah.
Your vote affirmatively towards a particular outcome.
I would have liked if he won, yeah. That would have been sweet.
Well,
but
there
he
you
didn't.
go.
But he didn't, because guess what? I'm not a little baby, and I understand that my candidate is not going to win every single time.
Look,
that's
I'm
how
not
this is a pretty good bit. I like that. Politics works.
I'm not voting for Bernie anymore. He dropped out, and now he's standing for fucking Biden. I'm not voting for him.
Uh-huh.
However, when I did vote for him, it made no difference whether he would win or not. I voted affirmatively towards what I wanted. Now you're dropping that.
I mean, I'm not really dropping that. I'm still voting for what I want. I just didn't convey that as well as I would have liked.
And you're going, no, it's different now. We got to do the math.
You do the math to begin with. You did the math. I did the math when I voted for Bernie.
It's the same mind fuck that happens every election cycle.
I'm guessing at 34, I'm guessing at 34 years old, he probably doesn't do much math anymore, if we're being real. I voted for him because I wanted Medicare for all. That was the primary thing. But it didn't happen.
Weak argument.
It doesn't matter what I want.
Okay, so
this
wait a second.
This isn't about me.
Okay, well, let's backtrack a second.
Yeah,
I asked you if, when you voted for him, did you vote contingent upon his likelihood to win? Or did you vote for Medicare for all, regardless of whether...
It doesn't matter. It's the Democratic primary. I mean, I did vote because he had a pretty good chance to win. Primary. Because it's like, I'm not gonna... Well, you don't vote for the most powerful
there
candidate.
You go. What I'm saying
you
is,
don't vote for the most powerful Democrat in the You don't vote for the most powerful candidate in the Democratic primary. You vote for whomever you want, or whoever has the most policies you want. That includes part of whoever you want. I mean, but this is not the primary.
It's fair, but it's a
weak anymore.
Right, but you are inventing the distinction. There doesn't have to.
No, we have a national election day. It's a federally recognized day. The primaries don't have that. There is a distinction.
I don't like this part.
Right? No, I'm not saying there.
You just said I'm inventing it.
I'm saying you are inventing the moral and ethical obligation to adjust how you vote, relative to the
No.
size of the vote.
Well, no. Like I said before, I should have leaned further into harm reduction, because if that's what you really care about, then it is a consistent argument either way. Voting for Bernie was a waste anyway. The establishment wasn't going to work with him. I disagree. Right now we have, probably the largest progressive movement we've had in a very long time. And even if Bernie wasn't going to win, it doesn't matter. We got some momentum going. Now, what we do with that remains to be seen, but we sent enough of a message to enough of people that I say it was worth it.
I disagree. I think at point of, and again,
Okay,
I'm not saying you're not invalid to vote the way that you vote, but the way that I vote is also not invalid because I vote based on.
I mean, if you're voting Green Party, it is kind of invalid.
Point of sale, deontological.
I'd like to point out that. Whoa, hold on.
That you vote, but the way that I vote is also not invalid because I vote based on point of sale, deontological.
Aha! He votes based on point of sale deontological values.
Logical.
I'd like to point out that I don't know what else he was saying. He's talking about deontology, which, let's be honest, is stupid. I don't have any tissues. The idea of like coming on and actually arguing for deontological values is ludicrous. It's like, hey, the world's on fire, but I bet you feel good about your deontological values now. I literally can't fucking go outside and breathe, but man, you sure showed the Democratic establishment by sticking to your guns. Very far off the original point where you called me a Tumblerina who just... Oh, right. Deontological, for y'all that don't know. For y'all that aren't, like, complete nerds. Deontological is a school of philosophy compared to, like, crap, I forgot the other one. Where you care about the outcome. So deontology means you're doing something based on your rules, not the outcome. Yeah. Sorry, my brain is all frazzled from this. Yeah, utilitarianism is the other one. Or not utilitarian. Yeah, utilitarianism. Yeah. Anyway, so, like, the trolley problem, right? If I throw this, trolley's gonna come and hit these 5 people. If I throw the switch, it'll go onto another track and hit 1 person. If you're a consequentialist or utilitarian or whatever, and you care about the outcome, then throwing the switch is objectively the better, or not objectively, but if you care about the outcome, then throwing the switch and having the trolley hit the 1 person would be the better outcome because 1 person dies versus 5. A deontological person would say, no, throwing that switch is an act of killing that 1 person. So, deontologically speaking, those 5 people are going to get hit by the trolley, but at least your conscience is clean because you didn't throw the switch and that 1 guy over there didn't get hit. Now, this guy may not agree with that take, but that's... Put simply, that is kind of how it works. His argument of not voting to get Trump out is pretty effectively the same thing. Just repeat stuff from other
No,
people?
I was bringing up how
or is that still part of this in some way that I haven't made a connection to? It's possible I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about here.
You accuse.
Put that in a clip.
Not invalid because I vote based on point of sale,
I don't know why he keeps saying point of sale. It's kind of a weird...
Logical.
I'd like to point out that we're very far off the original point where you called me a Tumblerina who just repeats stuff from other
No,
people?
I was bringing up how
or is
you
that
accused-
or is that
I-
still part of this in some way that I haven't
He
made a
didn't
connection
call me a Tumblerina. I misunderstood that.
to? Because
You
it's possible I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay. You accused a mutual friend of being a Tumblerina for not wanting to
Don't
actively.
think I used that word.
You didn't use that word. That's correct. But you referenced
preferred to
Tumblr.
BuzzFeed. I never said Tumblr. I referenced BuzzFeed.
Whatever it is, there was some kind of like pejorative you used to essentially do a sort of
It was a pejorative.
vague anti-SJW kind of thing, which is very out of brand for you, I would suspect, being that kind of incel.
I don't.
Yeah, this is where it starts to go off the rails.
Actually do a sort of vague anti-SJW kind of thing, which is very out of brand for you, I would suspect, being that kind of incel.
It's an anti-SJW thing, which is out of brand for you, being an incel. What the fuck?
I don't care what you call me.
For you, I would suspect, being that kind of incel.
I don't care what you call me.
I don't know. I don't even know where the hell he got all this from.
Go back to BuzzFeed, you
Let's dive
Trotskyist
in.
troll. That's
Yeah,
exactly what
there
I
you
said.
go. Oh my god. Yeah, you called her a Trotskyist troll.
It's true though.
I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Just
All right.
sip. He doesn't even have a counter to it because he's like, yeah, you're right.
Let's have it.
Also,
okay.
what's this about me being a... Hold on, what did you call me? It was unique. Same core
Yeah.
capitulating incel virgin.
Yeah.
I understand
you
some of these
He's like, yeah, like I know what that means.
words.
Okay. No, same core is when you find
Isn't Samecore like a brand of like Portland style metal or something?
yourself
Where they all play the same instrument but in different ways?
fusing with the mainstream of your particular anti-mainstream niche. In other words, the niche now. Yeah, I mean, first it was
Look on my
Destiny,
face. I have no idea what he's going on about.
now it's Vosh.
I
But
have
part of the same
no idea what...
Also, like, hold up here. Did y'all hear that?
anti-mainstream niche. In other words, the niche now. Yeah, I mean, first it was Destiny, now it's Vosh.
Thank you for comparing me. Seriously, guy, thank you for comparing me to Destiny and Vosh. This is truly a great honor to be used this way. I don't think it's inapt. I don't know if it's completely apt, but I am proud to be used in this way. Although Destiny's a fucking psycho.
I
part
have
of the same-
no idea what you're going on about. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Maybe I'll learn something here.
Same core is basically not that you
This guy's nuts.
are
This is a really strong argument for not doing psychedelics.
capitulating to the norm of like mainstream society, but you're capitulating to the norm of your particular niche group. Let's say there was a division within,
All right. What was that again?
are capitulating to the norm of like mainstream society, but you're capitulating to the norm of your particular niche group.
Capitulating to the norm to your particular niche group. I don't. What?
Let's say there was a division within anime culture. I don't know anything about it, but I'll just use this as a fucking catch-all. That this particular branch of anime is for serious folk, and this branch is for people that are just into lollycore, and they're just like they're pedophiles. It's hentai.
Oh my god. He's like, I don't know anything about anime culture. Proceeds to start talking about child porn. This is still the best fucking part. This
tie, right? Now that division, who decides that division? Who knows? But to call someone a Trotskyist,
I'm not ready for that. I was not ready for that.
that is a very complicated thing. It's not
I
the
don't.
bifurcation.
I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what you're going on about. This is
Okay.
insane.
Okay, all right.
I ask you what same core means, and you start talking to me about lolly hentai. What the fuck is going on
You're
here?
right. You're right. I'm blazed as fuck. I'm super high.
I picked up on that. Yeah.
Fucking junkie.
Yeah.
All right. So just okay. You say something, and I'll respond. We'll go that way. You control the conversation. Let's go.
It's been like what, like 4 minutes? I'm trying to get him to explain the same core and incel thing, and then he's like, "You just ask me and I'll respond." And I'm like, "I've already been asking you."
Oh, good lord. Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually want an answer to this. Same
Okay, go
core
ahead.
capitulating incel virgin.
Okay.
Okay, let's break it down.
Ooh, I can do it. Okay. Just let me take a breath. Okay.
Do it. You
Same
can't do
core
it.
to me, as I describe it, is when you are part of a niche group, but you move towards the heterodoxy of that particular niche group. And right now, that is the branch of like streamer, faux left kind of.
This is a really sad attempt.
Now that is the branch of like streamer, faux left kind of
Oh, left.
discussion and debate. And now it's the arc right now is
Faux left. He fails to substantiate that in any of this.
oh, the lefties are crazy because oh man, they're tankies and acceleration.
Lefties aren't crazy. Just like you is what I would say.
Yes.
No, keep going.
No, I mean, I would argue that's ableist, but maybe I'm faux woke.
Oh,
Wah, wah, wah.
oh, maybe it
That's
is.
That's a can of worms. No, I'm a little crazy. You're right. But what I'm saying is, you want me to describe that same?
It is funny. I will say one thing. Like, a lot of people who are willing to immediately jump and cry ableism and stuff like that, it's like you do a little bit of looking, and then you'll find they have like just an entire history of being bad about it themselves. But this guy is just like that. This guy's a waste of time. Well, I'm not talking to him. I'm reviewing how I did. We're going over this so I can learn. That's not a waste of time.
Core to me.
But he's banned. He ain't coming back on. So you're right about that.
Is the fact that
So are you just referring to
You-
like in-group stuff? Like you form a group and you're like appealing to each other kind of thing?
I mean,
right,
yeah,
it's
he
a
kinda
heterodoxy.
is.
Okay.
I don't know why you have to use same core and heterodoxy as words, but just talk like a normal person.
Towards your particular
how easy
niche
that was.
subset.
See how easy that was.
Your particular niche subset of thinking is where you find yourself in the centrist middle of that. Either that you're
Okay.
willing to, yeah. And so that's what I consider same core.
This is so
What was the
gross,
next
though.
letter in that
so
acronym?
same core is like in a central. I'm in the central middle of the same core group.
No, that's not what I said. In other words,
It kind of
you're in the group of just it's obvious by the way that you conduct this conversation, the kind of things you say. You know what I mean if I say poggers. Like you
I
are
actually
very
don't know what poggers mean.
I know what poggers means now. It's like an exclamation of joy. So, for example, if I were to be like, "Oh, you know, arson is poggers." No, we're not. No, it's not. That's a joke, everyone.
okay. Well,
I'm very
that's-
normie.
Well, the point is, it's like
When something
within
cool,
you,
exciting
within your subsection of the community of public discourse of debate, you are very much the Mayor Pete of the conversation, because
Hold
everything
on.
you're saying.
Hold on now, because I remember. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe I should like compare Pete to Mayor Pete. This wasn't even a good. This was really bad. Like, hold on now. I have a. If I remember correctly, during the live stream, a few people were like, "What the fuck, Mayor Pete?" I want to see if I can find the. He was already. How far am I into this? 1643. All right, let's see here. Picked up on that, yeah.
All right, so just
Where did I start? I had like 420, so it would be about 20 minutes.
just it's obvious by the way that you conduct this conversation, the kind of things you say. You know what I mean? If I say poggers, like the community of public discourse, of debate, Mayo Pete.
There it is. Okay.
Mayor Pete of the conversation, because everything you're saying is so like that. I can read you shit from the 18th century that will show you that your way of like breaking up your praxis and your voting concept should not be relative to the likelihood of outcome. It shouldn't be consequentialist, because if you do that and if you propagate that,
consequentialist, that's the word I wanted.
You're doing is you're advocating for oppression to continue. I mean, it's an old idea. It's stupid.
Okay, it's an old idea. It's stupid. This was like, this is funny. A little bit after this, like Vosh made his thing, going over a bunch of like a bunch of these older people that the guy just mentioned, talking about, no, yeah, you should vote for the lesser evil, which is a little. There might be a little bit of reduction in it, but it doesn't matter. It's still good. It's and the fact that like you're quoting like what 18th century people, like who gives a shit what they said? Like we can take it into account, but that's not something to rigidly hold yourselves to. First off, I'm pretty sure in the 18th century I wouldn't have been allowed to vote because I don't own land and I'm a Jew. Second off, now
that's not a gotcha.
That's not a gotcha. Okay,
that's
yeah,
a lack
sure,
of progress,
whatever.
And that
anyway, whatever. Let's just go back to this because I don't really care. We don't want to dox people too much.
Oppression to continue. I mean, it's an old idea.
Not really advocating for oppression to continue, and he never really substantiates.
It shouldn't be consequential
comparison. Never mind, I made a video talking about
consequentialist, because if you do that, and if you,
he's not gonna know that I made a thing talking about Pete Buttigieg, but it doesn't really matter.
Propagate that, then what you're doing is you're advocating for oppression to continue. I mean, it's an old idea. It's stupid.
Okay, first off, I'm pretty sure and now a follow-up to this would be like, so what do you want to do? Because your candidate's not going to win. If you're going to vote for some other weird third party, they're not going to win in the U.S. It's just not happening. This isn't the power system we find ourselves in. So what are you going to do about it? I suspect people like him wouldn't really have a good answer to that. He'd probably give some bromides about direct action or praxis, but I suspect he wouldn't actually say something about, oh, I'm going to run for office myself. Or commit crimes that might want to change the status quo, but he probably would fuck it up and just have him come down harder on the rest of us. 18th century, I wouldn't have been allowed to vote because I don't own land and I'm a Jew. Second off now.
That's not a gotcha.
I'm okay.
That's a
yeah,
lack
sure.
of progress,
Whatever.
and that lack of progress.
Do you include me in the same group as Destiny and Vosh? Is that what you were getting at?
I don't really know you.
So I don't really know you. After saying I'm capitulating to the same core group that I'm in, and I'm like Mayor Pete, and you're an incel, but I don't really know you because you brought them up earlier, and I'm like, well, what's this have to do with anything?
Just given the factor that you think that political praxis should be a algebra that is relative.
Political praxis should be an algebra. Well, this isn't necessarily praxis. This is just how we should vote in the system that we live in. Now, real praxis would be like, I'm gonna go to my mayor's house with a bunch of people, and we're gonna disassemble it plank by plank, brick by brick, and throw all of it in the river because he poisoned the river, and now we can't drink from it. So now we're gonna throw all of his house in there. That's praxis. We're not doing that, but that's just an example.
To what is likely to be the outcome if it's at a certain scale. That is the argument that is being made from that sort of crowd.
Don't we care about the outcome?
Oh,
it took him a moment.
We certainly do.
But
again, you don't know what the outcome's going to be.
It's deontological is a horrible. Like, I don't understand. Like I fundamentally don't understand how you can have that sort of outlook on the world. Whatever.
Voted for Obama twice. But I didn't know that I was voting for...
But through that logic, you don't know what the outcome of anything's going to be. Why should I get up out of bed in the morning if I don't know what the outcome is?
That's true. That don't reduct you out of...
No, that is a good argument. That is the exact same logic. It's following the thread. It's following the logic you gave to the logical conclusion.
Not. I'm giving you a No.
Because, like, if you think about it, right, what's the best decision for me to do every day, right? What dangers are waiting me outside? I might get hit by a bus. I might fall down a manhole cover and die. I might slip on the water. I might get bit by a mosquito, get West Nile virus. Right now, there's a lot of smoke in the sky. I might, damage my lungs. I might get sick. I might go out and get COVID. Therefore, the best thing to do is to stay home all day. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be a little bit careful about what I do, but I'm not going to stay home all day.
I'm giving you a concrete example of that.
Because I'm still going to go get food and whatnot, right? I'm not going to I'm not going to go sit in restaurants or anything like that, but I still need to eat. Still got stuff I need to do. The world goes on.
Voted for Obama twice. Both times I did it given the messaging. No, wait.
I voted off base here.
Just wait. Let me make my point, and then you can tell me that I'm wrong afterward.
Well, then get to the point.
The point is, I voted for him because he was...
summary of this whole debate.
...going to end the wars. I voted for him because he was going to end the deaths. I voted for him because he was going to be lighter on immigration policy. I was capitulating. I was going, look...
Yeah, he also mentioned he was going to have a public option, but he shut up about that real quick once he got into office.
I agree with you. So when you walk in that room and you pull that lever to vote, all you can do is based on messaging. Because you don't know what the...
Well, you can also base it on their histories.
Fuck they're going to do. I've been through these cycles a bunch. And I was made to... The second time I voted for Obama, I didn't want to. I wanted to vote for Jill Stein. Her VP was fucking problematic as fuck.
But that's fucking cringe.
But I wanted to vote for her because she more matched on what I thought about interventionism, imperialism, and like what America was doing globally. I was more on her page. But the thing is, I didn't vote for her because I felt I did not want to take away from the overall vote from Obama, who clearly was a lesser of two evils.
I mean,
And then
he still was. I would argue he was still, I would argue that, just from his administration, a lot of things probably went a lot better than they would have had any of his opponents won. But yeah, people like this guy don't really care, I guess. And he accused me of being a faux leftist, which is just icing on the cake, I guess.
Went on to murder in prison.
I hate to tell you this, buddy, but every president murders.
Yeah, that's the right outlook.
I know.
It's just something you're going to have to get used to.
Yeah,
I understand that. But
until he doesn't understand that, clearly. Until you wouldn't be voting fucking Jill Stein.
Run for office and get into the White House.
Yes.
Can I ask you?
There we go. That's the best. This is the best line. Best line.
It's not going to stop.
Hold on.
I understand that. But
until you or me run for office and get into the White House.
Can I ask you a
it's
hypothetical?
Not gonna stop.
Until you or me run for the White House and until you or me run for office and get into the White House, it's not going to stop. This is the best answer. Because, you're sitting here talking about all your deontological choices, and it's like, I looked at your Twitter, right? And you're not running for office yourself or anything like that. Why not? People like him never will. But, if you really do care to claim about these things, and you care about stopping them, why don't you? Or why don't you try to build a platform and do something about it? But he doesn't.
Hypothetically, do you think Bernie, in the midst of a pandemic, would increase funding for ICE?
Probably not. But I don't know. He might. He's made comments about.
There you go.
He's made comments about not to
That's
fund
not a gotcha.
the police either. I have no idea what he'll do.
Oh my
And
God!
even then, it doesn't really matter.
Because you really have no idea of knowing what's going on through anyone else's mind. No idea what they're going to do if they're given a certain amount of power. No idea what they're going to do, when they wake up tomorrow, right? Say Bernie has had bacon and eggs every day for the last 20 years. Maybe he wakes up today and wants French toast instead. He might. I have no way of knowing. Because
So politically, we agree. You don't know what they're going to do.
Don't.
So you must vote affirmatively for what you want instead of in fear against what you don't want.
No.
We agree then. You don't know. You're only arguing because you think you have the metrics. You think you have the math on your side.
Yeah, this part here sounds like a conservative boomer raging at their at the grandkids.
And therefore, it's your
I do.
Yeah. So, okay.
What
So
are you yelling about?
What I mean is, look exactly 4 years ago, exactly to the date, and look at the polls and tell me what they say. Do they support the fact that Biden is going to win by a landslide? Yep. Say the same thing about fucking Hillary.
No.
I'm not saying to be skeptical of everything.
Man, that was a complete non sequitur. No, the polls 4 years ago said, this within the certain margin of error, and, well, it turned out within the margin of error. Who would have thought? The math was on our side.
I'm saying that
But it wasn't even relevant to my argument.
Since you must be skeptical as an individual, vote your conscience. And if everybody
vote your conscience and vote
that.
for a loser. Yeah, someone in the chat compared him to Charlie Sheen, but it's like, I don't know, Charlie Sheen wouldn't go for losers. Is that what you're suggesting? Who's the name of the candidate you were going to vote for? I don't even remember.
Hungry Howie.
Okay, so Obama was a huge fucking disappointment.
He didn't have
and he
an
sold
answer.
Romney care, and it sucked.
You wouldn't say who he was going to vote for.
And I fucking hated him. It was all platitudes. And so I was going to vote Jill Stein, but I was, her VP candidate was very obviously like an apologist for Hamas and jihadi terrorism and was anti-Semitic. So I couldn't support that. What else was I going to do?
All right. You know what? What else am I to do? I don't know. Vote for the best candidate who's going to cause less deaths than anyone else. Vote for the candidate that's going to keep out the people who want the most deaths. Vote for the candidate that causes the most amount of harm reduction, because it's kind of a thing that matters, because we live in a democracy and your actions affect more than just your own. I don't know. I don't care about this. Let's focus back in here.
All right.
Capitulating incel virgin. This is what you were getting at before you finished. Yeah, he just kind of went off in a weird side rail there. What does this mean?
Capitulating.
Okay, I get what each of these words mean, you know, individually, but I don't understand what you're getting at.
I can't know if you're an incel, but I can guarantee you. But I can guarantee you, just given your political praxis, the things you said, and what little I know about you, is that you're not exactly beating off poontang with a broom.
I mean,
right?
There's a pandemic right now. What a weird thing, because like y'all probably know this. Like, an incel is not, you know, incel is like a portmanteau of involuntarily celibate, but it's not just involuntarily celibate. It's someone there's like a movement behind it where like it's heterosexual men who have had difficulty forming relationships, haven't gotten laid, haven't had any real relationships or romantic relationships, and they have pathologized that into a toxic, hateful, misogynistic ideology. And his talk of given my political, what did he say? Before you finish. The point is, he's like way off base here.
Capitulating.
I don't understand what you're getting.
But I can guarantee you. I can't know if you're an incel.
What did he say?
But I can guarantee you. But I can guarantee you. Just given your political praxis.
Given your political praxis. Like, I think you don't actually know anything about incels. You're just kind of using this as an insult here. Like, I don't... I feel like most incels are pretty, like, fascist.
Things you said, and what little I know about you, is that you're not exactly beating off poontang with a broom.
Also, it's like, it's really weird. It's really strange to me that like someone who's 34 years old would be like trying to say, I get laid more than you. I'm so much cooler than you. Like what, you didn't get out of that when you were 15? I take antidepressants. Hold on. I take antidepressants. I need to fill this up for this week, but I don't fucking care about getting laid anymore. That, and I got older and more mature. I don't, you know, I value relationships much more. But whatever. Man, you know, yeah, the irony here, you know, incels have pathologized like their predicament. I guess this guy did it too, in his own twisted way. Prisoners are the true incels. You know, in a way, they kind of are. Except they're being fucked over by the justice system. Heyo. Alright. I mean, there's a
Right.
pandemic right now. What did you want me to do?
Yeah, it hasn't stopped me.
Okay. Oh, even now, that's
It hasn't stopped
we
me
got
at
a
all.
badass over here.
It's increased it. It's intensified. There's been
That's-
more like
That's not okay. Also 34 and bragging about hookups. All right, my guy.
yeah.
This
Like that
sounds like,
reads like someone.
No,
you're not an incel. What the fuck is this guy talking about? He doesn't know what an incel is. He's just using the word as an insult to say he gets more sex than me. Which is not, which I get it. It's 2020. People like to use words where in whatever way they want. Everyone's a simp. Everyone's an incel. Nothing matters anymore. Everything's postmodern.
I mean,
Yeah, I totally have a girlfriend. She's over at the next school. You don't know her. That is what it's
She's totally real, guys.
Is that a thing in me? Do you doubt that I can? So wait a second.
You doubt? You dare? Listen, I don't know much about you, but I know what you look like from your Twitter profile picture. I know what you sound like, and it sounds like to me like people might look at you. They might think, yeah, maybe I'll listen to him, and then they hear you talk, and then, yeah, that's it. That's true. Yeah, like I would, if, oh God, if I was like on a date with someone and then they sounded like this guy, I'm booking it. I'm fucking out of here. I think that's how it goes. I should have asked him, like, how many times have you been tased? How many times have you been pepper sprayed?
I'd say 2% of the time that's the case. You're right. I'm very divisive.
2%?
But I'd say
I doubt he has a large enough sample size to really run at 2%.
yeah. All right. Well, usually I'm not hammered in the middle of the night smoking weed, arguing with somebody over some bullshit. Normally, we just talk about normal human shit. But this is different. I have to argue against something that's so absurd, which is, oh, no, relative to the scale of what you're voting on, you need to change your praxis. In real...
FYI, if y'all didn't know, the person he was voting for, Jill Stein, I almost wrote in Kill Stein. That's not what I mean. Jill Stein, Wi-Fi radiation. U.S. presidential candidate Jill Stein thinks Wi-Fi is a threat to children's health. Yup. This was a real thing that happened. Oh, man. Yeah. A nutty candidate, a nutty voter for a nutty candidate.
Time
2% of
because
two?
it's in the best interest. Now
Nothing is stopping you from going out and committing direct action. You can still do that. You can take that. Nothing's stopping you from going out and committing domestic terrorism. No. But that's what it kind of sounded like I was going from when I heard myself say that line. I think he said he lived in Washington. I don't remember. So I guess maybe he has been. Oh shit. That would be exciting. And then the FBI's like, hey, you had a conversation with this guy in August. Do you know anything about him? And I'm like, I don't know who this guy is.
I didn't say that. I'm saying that you are advocating for and actively in your praxis is dissuading people from voting their conscience because, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm dissuading people from doing something stupid that's going to cause a lot of people to unnecessarily suffer, which he would object to the framing of that. But, you know, when you're a consequentialist, I mean, that is how it is.
God, this time it's an existential threat.
Wasn't she all about bicycles? She's had some good stuff about bicycles, but I'm fine. Bikes are fine, but like this country can't replace everything with bikes. It's just not possible. But I don't know. I used to ride my bike everywhere. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. I'll probably do it again eventually when I feel up for it. When the air is nicer to breathe, that would imagine that. But like some cities have good bike systems. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Actively in your praxis is dissuading people from voting their conscience because
Yes,
oh my
I
God,
am. He's right though. I am dissuading people from voting your conscience because, like, if you're voting your conscience, my conscience is to write my name on the ballot. We should make myself bigger for that. He's right though. I am dissuading people from voting their conscience because voting my conscience means putting my own name on the ballot. That's colossally stupid because I've put forth exactly 0 effort into running for anything. Putting my name on the ballot, it's just one vote. It does nothing. It's completely pointless. Meanwhile, how many other elections might be decided by people like me? I don't know. Maybe it's, this stuff really does come down to life and death with big policies that affect, an entire country of 300 million plus people.
time.
This guy is a contrarian. He claims to be a progressive, and let me try that again. This guy is a contradiction. He claims to be progressive, but acts and sounds like a total chud. Is he going through puberty? I'm so confused. He claimed to be 34. I am inclined to believe him. Hold on, do I have a chat box set up here? I thought I did. Oh, it's hidden. Whoops. There we go. Just hide that. All right, that looks better. Conscious not equal consciousness. Very true.
It's an existential threat. I've heard that.
Hold on.
For every fucking political election cycle for like the last 20 fucking years.
Yeah. But this time, what do you know? I guess it is an existential threat because I don't know if he's taking a look outside right now, but the West Coast is on fucking fire. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't even pull this up. Look, the website's not even loading. Look at all that. That's smoke. See, you can see where the smoke is contrasting with the clouds. Because the clouds are white and the smoke is like grayer. That's horrifying. And it's just like wisping over. Oh. Hold on, what? He's like, they say it's an existential threat every time, and it's like, wow, really? Gee. I wonder what, maybe I can do like a slow scroll here. I wonder what might give the impression that this might be an existential threat, you think? I wonder where it is this idea has come from. Maybe I'm just a same core who's just repeating it because I've heard it from the other streamers in my social circle. No, it couldn't be that, this is something real going on that is threatening the lives of tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people. Maybe Hungry Howies can come and deliver pizza to all the people who've been displaced by the fires. Enough of this. We have the best, most beautiful fires. We do. We really do. Congratulations, America. No one has ever seen fires like yours.
I mean, we're literally in the middle of a genocide right now.
So. That's true, yeah. Because it's now come out that our president has known exactly how bad COVID was and lied about it multiple times and downplayed it. And gee,
it kind of fucking is an existential threat. It's kind of like all of our systems are being tested right now, and people like this guy are just, I'm gonna vote for the pizza guy. I'm gonna vote for the pizza socialists.
Well, there you go. Do you think that it would be different if in that same time people voted their conscience instead of voting yeah, there you go. That's why I say that you have a received opinion. Because
I would be honest though, even if like this Howie guy, whatever who's voting for, had like a chance to win, I still I looked into him, but this might be a hot take, but I genuinely think Biden would be a better president than that Howie guy. I do. That Howie guy's got like no experience with policy or anything. Maybe he'd be a better person, but I don't know. Just reading about him, I have zero confidence. Maybe I could be wrong about that, but that's just the feeling I get.
Because you can't argue it. All you can do,
and this makes me an incel. I've done pretty good arguing, but yeah, that is a good point. I mean, I think I've done a pretty good job arguing for that. I would have leaned further into the harm reduction. Definitely should have said that. Definitely should have talked about. He brought up deontology, and I tried to keep this like kind of simple because that's like the easy way. That's the best way to talk. But I should have brought up consequentialism and been like, yeah, no, we do care about this. I do care about harm reduction. Ideally, we want the least amount of people to be hurt by anything. Ideally, we want the most amount of people to prosper. And this is the path to it. But I bet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but all that aside, this was from me asking why I'm an incel. Yeah. No idea where it's going with that.
You're not an incel. You think women are queens. I'm saying that women don't want to fuck you.
Women aren't.
There's no way.
That's not. Wow. This is ridiculous. So I bet.
Okay, you're not an incel. You think women are queens.
First off, these are not necessarily mutually exclusive. I don't know why he would have even jumped to that. This is not even funny.
I'm saying that women don't want to fuck you.
I'm saying that women don't want to fuck you. Well, who cares? Even if you were right, who cares? There's more important things in the world than your body count. You know, I kind of care about my health care mainly. I'd like to have a way to get my medications and not have to spend hundreds of dollars every month. And believe it or not, Biden would be a path towards that. Women aren't.
There's no way.
That's not true. Women, I don't even address that. I'm just like, women aren't queens. That's not true. It's true though. There's a lot. We don't. This is a representative democracy. We don't care. We don't have monarchs here. Get out with this shit. Also, like, women are just as capable of being trash as men are, and non-binaries. There's no correlation.
Maybe I should have said simp instead.
This is where huge flashbacks to Vosh's debate with Coach Red Pill, where he starts calling him a simp, and he's like, and Vosh is like, "The fuck does simp even mean? You're not using it correctly." Like this guy was with, a whole bunch of other words.
Would have been more accurate.
I don't know, man. Maybe it would have been
more accurate.
So tell me, I think the police would care about body count. Can you give me some advice then? What's up with that? This part gets weird, so y'all get a warning. This is where he stops like seriously addressing anything, and this is where he starts like sexually harassing me.
This is like right in the halfway mark. I don't know what's going on with this guy's brain. This is a lot more.
Okay.
Look, I'll be honest here. This is a lot more interesting to me than all this burning your bus stuff.
For sure, dude.
What's up? What's up with this? Let's hear it.
Okay. This is what you do. You ready? Okay, so you totally misrepresent what you look like. You doctor footage of yourself. You use a deep fake and put like.
Wait, are you telling me to do this, or are you accusing me of doing this?
This is prescriptive advice. Okay, you're gonna take and you're gonna use a deep fake of your face over Tyler Durden's body in fucking Fight Club, and then that's gonna be the GIF on Tinder. You meet him in person, right? And then you emotionally coerce them into fucking you. You pull your cock out. You go, please,
there we go.
Please, I'm hard. And so it's consensual, but all you've done is manipulate and gaslight them into fucking you instead of like drugging them Cosby style or something.
You know, I can't help but have a feeling like he's done this before. I don't know.
That would be my prescriptive advice. For someone of your particular
my face,
demeanor, looks, yeah.
I don't know where to begin with this. Is this part of your lolly hentai fantasy? He has a good rebuttal.
I'm actually not into that.
Hey, he says he's not into that, but I don't believe him now. Not after all this. You're the one who brought it up, boy.
I know. It's because I read about it last night.
Of course, he brings up Tyler Durden.
No, I know. No, yeah. No, I read about the lolly thing last night, and I came up with this whole shallow way of thinking about it. And
so, what was he doing last night? What was he doing last night? Reading about lolly. I'll let you decide, dear viewer.
I've had no one to talk to it about, and I figured you would.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why.
You would understand what I was talking about. So
why did he not suggest Grindr? Because maybe he didn't want to give the perception of being homophobic. Maybe he just doesn't think very much.
I was waiting. That's been in the chamber.
Yeah,
and that's unfair.
Insane. This shit is insane. So I've got a question then. What's wrong with the way I look? Yeah.
Oh no, you're fine, man. Everybody's beautiful. You're gorgeous, man.
No,
I don't care.
That's not what you were getting at. Oh
no.
I'm like, all right, let's see your foot. I'm like, all right, this is your Twitter profile pic. Normally this isn't something I like to do. Normally I don't like immediately, I don't like to immediately jump to body shaming or making fun of people's appearance. But, after doing all that, nah, you lost that respect, my friend. 34-year-old creep.
I was doing
oh boy,
something that I do regret. I was being reductionist. I was trying to argue that part of why you it's so
my face. Oh boy, hold on now. Let me adjust this up here so y'all can see what I'm
so
doing.
Easy for you.
Hold on.
I was doing something that I do regret. I was being reductionist. I was trying to argue that part of why it's so easy for you.
Oh boy, that's a little mean-spirited, but it is retaliatory, which is the more important part.
To completely
reading some lolly doujins. All right, you didn't start it. We didn't start the fire. It was always bad since the world was dead.
Abandon your convictions and your deontological goal.
Whoa! What?
Part
That's
of
stupid. Hold
why
on.
It's so easy for you to completely abandon your convictions and your deontological goal.
I'm pretty sure at this point I've pretty expressly conveyed the fact that I don't really care too much about deontology, but I don't know. Maybe if I did more drugs.
and go for a consequentialist suddenly is relative to the overall conversation that's going on. This Biden or bust, lefties, tankies, LARPers.
Biden or bust. I don't get it.
Right.
Leftist tanky LARPers. I don't think I've explicitly used tanky or LARPer in any of this. But whatever. Maybe.
Can we talk?
Maybe he saw something and he's like crossing the wires. I do that sometimes.
In good faith, man.
Can we talk?
I'll stop with the meme.
I've tried. I feel like there was no good faith the moment you called me a same core capitulating incel virgin. This is true.
That's okay.
Fair
enough.
You also called me Curly Sue, which.
Okay, and that might be a little
Curly Sue. I still don't understand
transphobic or something. Yeah.
Trans.
Okay.
Oh boy. Phobic. It might be transphobic, and then I look it up, and then it's a little girl. After he's sexually harassing me and talking about lolly hentai, I can't help but wonder if there's something bleeding through what this guy is saying to me. Some sort of implication going on here. I don't know for sure. It's just really weird. I'm not saying anything about him. I'm just saying I got a weird feeling.
Well, I mean, calling you Sue would be almost.
Movie. Well, that might be, but I didn't even think about that.
Well, I did, and you're welcome. Okay, I started in bad faith.
That's pretty gross, not gonna lie. You're
right. Yeah, I'm sorry for doing that. Can we transition into the portion of our conversation?
And then he says, "Can we transition?" More proof of what he was reading last night. Yeah.
Conversation where I'm not memeing, I'm not trolling, and I'll take it seriously and give you honest answers. I'm willing.
I don't think you're capable of that, but okay, let's try it. I gotta say though, I've handled this pretty calmly. Like for the things he was saying, I did pretty good. Yeah, I did give respect for him for like not like constantly screaming the whole time, I suppose. That is nice. But fuck, man.
Okay. Ask me a question.
I don't wanna. After all this, I'm kind of bored out mentally. But here's an idea. Yeah, this isn't an interview. Where do you feel politically? What are you, if you had to describe yourself?
Okay, if I had to, I guess Dem Sock is the closest.
Oh, no.
We got, but that again, it's a nebulous kind of nightmare.
Oh, no. You're right. Whoever mentioned like the democratic socialists, there we fucking go.
And it's cloudy, but I'd say
cloudy, like his brain.
Yeah, democratic socialist.
And his urine, I bet.
Mixed economy, Wolfian, Georgian.
What do you think of Stalin? That was a meme. I
hate Stalin.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to see what he would say. Well, that's actually a lot shorter than it's like a lot more to the point than I expected you to be. Yeah, I expected like a 30-minute diatribe where he goes off on 40 tangents. But you know, he was good. I hate Stalin. Good answer. That was a good answer.
Ask me questions.
Well, this wasn't an interview, my friend. This was a debate. Yeah. You said you wanted to debate. I came in for debate.
All right. Well, what is something? Okay, I disagree that you ought to. Can I offer a new debate? Okay. Do you want to?
I just mouthed. I don't want to do this anymore.
Dip, you can dip.
You got something you want to talk? I'll do this. I can keep going all night, but.
Okay. So all right.
Oh,
then.
Oh Lord.
Okay, I'll try to still man your side. You should vote your conscience as long as it bears out in the numbers where it matters most.
Should vote for the
In
best
other words,
answer.
down ballot in your
Oh, poor
county,
me.
in your state, or your city, voting green isn't quite as insidious. Or
For this part, I just took my headphones off because I'm like, I don't care what you have to say. I'm not even listening to him, and he just keeps going on, and I just don't even listen. So I guess let's hear. Let's go over what he actually said here.
down ballot in your county, in your state, or your city, voting green isn't quite as insidious, or voting third party generally is not a waste of a vote, because the smaller the pool of voters or the electorate, the more it makes sense to sort of energize and advocate for that kind of voting. But when you get to the scale of the presidency, it's in everyone's now suddenly you shift your praxis, your voting, and your advocacy towards voting for what will arguably lead towards
This is the appropriate response to people trying to explain why they should justify voting for a third party. Oh man.
incremental change, because that's all you can hope for at times.
Incremental
And
change.
Biden is an
Don't think we ever, throughout any of this 32 minutes now, never once was incremental change mentioned.
incremental step towards progressive values being mainstream. Kind of, he's a return to FDR, let's say, in response to a pandemic and a depression. Do you agree? Is that a steel man of your argument? Am I missing a part of it?
Nah, not really. You should vote for, if your third parties were better, stronger parties, if they had like a better chance of winning, maybe, but they're not, so it doesn't really matter. And we're gonna vote for the ones most likely to win. We're gonna vote for the best candidate of the ones most likely to win. Maybe if like, okay, your local mayor is running as an independent and he's a socialist, great, okay, fine, and he's got a good chance of winning, fine, okay, whatever. But by and large, that doesn't happen. Not in the United States. You just gotta live with it. You gotta deal with what you're given. If you don't like it, consider running for office yourself.
I want Trump out of office. This is the best way forward.
Good. There's a good rebuttal.
It's really
it's not really not really tailored to what he just said because I wasn't listening, but it is a good.
That's simple.
Okay.
When you say, I'm sorry, do you consider yourself an anti-fascist?
This part's great. Oh man, I like this part. This part's good.
Of course.
Not like you're Antifa in the streets or anything like that.
He says yes, of course, like it should be self-evident.
That's maybe you do that. I don't know. I just mean in general, you oppose fascism.
I've attended protests.
Okay, good.
That's a start.
So, however,
that,
I do consider myself anti-fascist. But again, I would. Okay, go ahead. I want to see the point you're trying to make before I try to classify in a way that is disingenuous. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the point I was trying to get.
Hold on, guys. I'm really, really sorry to do this to all y'all, but I really, really need to pee. And I will be right back momentarily. I'll be right back.
I'm back. All right. Where are we? Where do we leave off? Let's see. He's talking about some bullshit. I don't know. As an anti-fascist, does that? Oh yes, the anti-fascist part. Yes. Okay. And you oppose fascism by any means necessary.
No.
We should have. This where I go with this is like it's a good idea, but I should have approached it more with the thing in the back of my mind that he's deontological. But it's okay. We learned that for next time. No. Okay. Where do you draw the line here? I would have probed him a bit more instead of just saying, where do you draw the line? I would have been like, at what point are you going to draw the line? Do you oppose this? Do you oppose this? Do you do it this? Do you think this is okay? And keep going from there. This is an important distinction.
Okay. Insofar as the law is still the law as it is right now.
Regardless of that, regardless of my brunch, that was a shit answer for him.
It hasn't been redacted or changed.
That's the way the law is now. Which is like, oh, I guess you're not going to do anything about kids in cages and whatnot. Okay, so you're an anti-fascist as long as you don't break the law.
No. Okay, well, no. You didn't let me get to the point.
Well, you just stopped talking. Just kind of stopped talking.
I started with the very long.
Pretty sure he doesn't have a point.
Almost Germanic conflation of words. Insofar as.
Look my face.
So insofar as the government remains as it is, or the law system remains as it is, that you aren't circumventing it. There you go. So it's like if they change the law.
That's trash. Because like, what if the law is fascist? Like everything the Nazis did under their own, their own rules were legal. I guess you're not going to do anything to meaningfully oppose them, though, are you?
And you can't.
What happens in the law itself is fascist or made by fascist politicians. Yeah, it's not. It's weak and ineffectual. You're not going to do anything.
Stand with a sign, or you can't say what you got to say. Yeah,
so
I support that.
I guess what he means to say is he opposes anything. He would oppose it if the First Amendment is being directly violated. Weak, though. It's weak.
So
you're anti-fascist as long as you don't violate the law as it is now.
As it is now under honestly, a very corrupt and corporatist democracy, yeah. But where it stands now, yeah. I don't
even admitted to it, though.
Okay, I was up in Capitol Hill. I got interviewed.
Now, the real question I was going to get at was, does this... I interrupt his anecdote because I don't give a fuck. I should have done more of that. Anti-fascist activism... no, I shouldn't have, because it made him look unhinged. That was great. Oh, I muted it. Whoops.
Okay, I was up in Capitol Hill. I got interviewed.
Now, the real question I was going to get at was, does this anti-fascist activism include voting for Joe Biden, a milquetoast neoliberal? Hey, that was a good point, though. I would have changed the path it took to get there, but it was a good point. A good argument. That's what I was getting at, because if you oppose fascism by any means necessary, then that would include a vote for someone like Biden.
Well, there you go. In the same way that I don't advocate for burning down Korean-owned businesses.
I need to take a moment here. It's just... Oh, Lord. The fact that someone like him can call himself anti-fascist, I don't know, maybe he is just a LARPer. Then that would include a vote for someone like Biden.
Well, there you go. In the same way that I don't advocate for burning down Korean-owned businesses because they're not black people, which I observed in real time.
Okay, so, you know, maybe this guy is a chud after all. The same way I don't advocate for people burning down Korean-owned businesses because they're not black, which I observed in real time. Major fucking citation needed. Holy shit. What? This reads a lot like those people. This reads a lot like all these Republicans right now who they make no distinction between a protester and a rioter. They're all rioters. What the fuck, man? What the fuck are you going on about?
Yeah, I don't support that.
Hold on.
Even if it might be in the right direction of their personal political goals or the overall goal of their Marxist ideas, whatever it is.
And now he's calling them all Marxists, I guess. I'm sure he would object to me saying it this way, and he'd say I'm framing it disingenuously, but like I really, this headspace is on another planet.
It is axiomatically you can extrapolate.
Axiomatically you can extrapolate. Fucking kill me.
As far as you want. Point is, for the same reason I don't support that, yeah, I don't support what you just said either.
So that's a lot of nonsense it takes to say, no, I don't want to vote for Joe Biden. Now I can say with all that stuff, you know, it's like, oh, some people burned down the Korean-owned business that had nothing to do with anything. You know, and I'd be like, yeah, that sucks. Just be like, yeah, no, that sucks. That shouldn't happen. That's it. You can also argue like, oh no, the backlash to burning down this might be worse. Okay, yeah. We shouldn't do it. Easy. Fits perfectly within my ideology. I can say it, I can get to the point really simply. Don't gotta go on for this. Still vote for Joe Biden. Easy. I don't know why he's got to give all this fucking rigmarole. Can't we just burn all the businesses down? No. Arson may be pog, but we are not doing that.
No, not by any means necessary. I believe.
Although we'll say, like this November, Antifa will behead all the small business owners in the town square. And it's like, what town square? America's town square. Because it's absurd. It's like, it's what? The joke, the point is, it's something so absurd we're not gonna do it. I know you're sad facing me, but like there's a million other things we can do before it gets to that. Okay? Okay. Maybe there's like one business somewhere that deserves to get burned down. You know, maybe there's a business somewhere that's like, ethically speaking, burning this down will cause the act of burning the building down will cause a great amount of harm reduction to the world. Okay, ethically speaking, you're okay to do that. I can't encourage you to do that on my platform, though, so don't do that. But yeah, maybe it exists. Although right now, I would say this is probably a really, really bad time to be setting fire to anything. So don't do that. Like, don't even have a fire pit in your backyard. We have enough smoke in the air as it is. No more. Just no more.
And again,
Okay,
I think what you believe is valid, just very different.
Well,
I think
I disagree. I don't think what you believe is valid, but good. Take a hard stance. Take a hard stance. Because like Here's a good response. No, not everyone's thinking is valid. Not every opinion is valid. Some people are fucking wrong.
Ideas, whatever it is, axiomatically, you can extrapolate out as far as you want.
These protesters, they are fucking Marxists. No revolution is going to be... Yep. No revolution here is going to be Marxist, like in the historical sense anyway. Maybe there'll be some alignment, but like... No. It's just going to be... I mean, yes, it'll probably be a lot of like poor people who've fucking had enough. And in a way, that's Marxist. But that's not like where people are like... It's not like everyone's going to be reading Capital and then they're like, oh yeah, no, this is right. Linen is expensive. That's not what's going to happen. It's going to be people who are like, I can't breathe the fucking air and you're playing golf, Mr. President. I think we've had enough. That's going to be what it comes down to. If it comes down to that. Hopefully it don't, but we'll see.
Point is, for the same reason I don't support that, yeah, I don't support...
No more. Yeah, no more smoking either. You got a cigarette, put it out. Have you not seen the air quality right now? Nowhere on the West Coast is safe right now. Put it out. Quit it. Also, y'all don't want to hear this one. Here's a real hot take. Y'all need to be physically ready for a revolution if it comes, okay? That means no addiction. If a supply line gets disrupted, how pissed are you going to be if you can't get your cigarettes? You're going to be fucking pissed. It won't kill you, but it's going to suck. You don't want that. You need to be ready to fucking punch some people. Did I violate YouTube TOS? I don't think I did.
What you just said either. No, not by any means necessary. I believe, and again, I think what you believe is valid, just very different. Well, I think
I disagree. I don't think what you believe is valid, but...
Yeah, I know, but who's the...
So he said he don't believe it's any means necessary. He cares about deontology. Which is a simple way of saying he just cares about not hurting his own feelings. He doesn't want to break the law, and he doesn't want to vote for Biden. Pretty simple way of putting it.
Who's the fucking arbiter of what is valid?
Me. I am. This is my channel. This is my stream. Hey, there you go. You're talking. But also he's like asking, who's the arbiter of who's valid? Well, you're asking my opinion on who the arbiter of what is valid is. And my opinion of what is valid is my own. So therefore I am the arbiter of it. It's not a very good argument. Something a lot of leftist tubers won't tell you, but you're right. Worst case scenario is just feel better about being in shape. Yeah. Now smoking. Now, relatively speaking, smoking. There's a lot of things that are good or bad. You know, like in terms of being healthful, smoking is just one thing of many. To be honest, smoking is really bad for you. Everyone knows that, but you know, you really should take care of yourself, everyone. I probably drink a little too much caffeine. Should probably stop that. But on a scale of things, it could be worse. Fucking to me, I am the arbiter of this.
All right, so 99% of the time when you vote, you should vote for your conscience. But then when it comes to the presidency...
oh my God, we've been over this already. The primaries are you're supposed to vote for whoever you want, but the primaries are not the actual election. The actual election, you're supposed to vote for whoever the best option is.
That's your belief.
He almost said, I agree. There's a Dave Rubin impression from me to you.
That's not a
little hint of what's coming later from my Dave Rubin script whenever I get it done.
That's not a factual,
just a tear gas
statement. You can't just say
I got a question.
Prima facie.
Hold on, he said that's not a factual statement. What did I
Election,
say?
you're supposed to
Right.
vote for whoever the best option is.
That's your belief. That's not
Kind
a
of is.
factual statement. You can't just say
I got a question.
prima facie.
here.
No, you're saying that in the primaries, you ought to vote your conscience. But when it gets to the presidency, since we live in a duopoly, you got to choose between the two shitty
You
candidates.
still vote your conscience.
Yeah, but your conscience needs to be means tested through two separate individuals,
Oh, man.
not the whole fucking
He
panoply.
doesn't even use means tested, right? He brings it up a couple times.
Part of
fucking
democracy
other
is
people.
losing sometimes.
This is true, though.
Agreed. Therefore,
You
I'd
don't
rather-
agree. You'd
You
rather vote
don't agree.
for that Huey Howard, whatever.
You don't even know his name.
I don't because he
It's not.
said nobody. Howard,
Therefore,
you
I'd
don't
rather-
agree. You'd rather vote for that Huey Howard, whatever.
You don't even know his name.
I don't because he said nobody.
That's the point. You only
Because he
vote for people.
sucks. How?
No, this. Oh, man. You don't even know his name is not a gotcha for a fucking Green Party loser. Oh, Lord.
Howie Hawkins. There we go. I googled it.
Okay, how
I still forget his name.
many people said AOC sucked and had no, or Cori Bush? Look at her. She talks in the African American vernacular. She's she's not exactly high weight
Again, I'm
proportion.
like, what the fuck are you talking about? Bringing up this.
How many
have a
people
point?
thought she wouldn't win, but voted for her anyway? And
Oh,
do
yeah.
you celebrate her win?
This is a counter
Just
argument.
because
Who are you talking about?
Whom?
This like proves some point wrong though, because they ran in the Democratic primary and they didn't run as Green Party people.
You're saying, you mean whom? I'm talking about Cori Bush.
Oh, kill
The,
yourself. I don't
all
care.
the
That was pretty rude.
celebrate her win
I'm
just
sorry,
because
who are you talking about?
whom you're saying you mean
I'm
just
sorry,
because
who are you talking? Who are you talking about? Whom?
you're saying you mean whom? I'm talking about Cori Bush.
Oh, kill
the
yourself.
Kill yourself. Oh boy.
all the polls
Cori
said
Bush.
she would. Yeah, Cori. She's a woman.
You shouldn't tell people to kill themselves. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Her name is Cori with an I. No one thought she was going to win. All the polls said she wasn't. She was
Oh.
going to lose.
Oh,
in a
are
landslide.
you saying she won in the primary? Look at my face. She won her primary race, didn't she?
But
It
when
took
she
him a
gets
moment.
into the action,
It took him a moment there. He was like, "Oh fuck!" You can hear it. You can hear it in him.
Won in the primary.
said she wasn't. She was
Oh.
going to lose.
Oh,
in a
are you saying?
landslide.
Are you saying she won in the primary?
Dead silence.
She won her primary race, didn't she?
And now he doesn't know what to do, so he's just.
But when she gets into the actual,
Oh, so you don't.
you might vote for the
This-
Republican then.
This
Oh my
isn't.
God.
This isn't the gotcha you think it is, my guy.
No, what I mean is,
Yeah.
how can you
Oh man, I got him there. He didn't like that. What was that? You might vote for the Republican. What the fuck is he going on about?
it's on you to argue why your praxis should shift relative to the scale of your vote. Not on me. That's not fucking democracy. That's not
Yeah, he's mad.
republicanism.
Ah, hey
That's
man.
bullshit.
I gotta hear this whole thing again.
You to argue why your
I gotta hear it again.
This
Oh my
isn't.
God.
This isn't the gotcha you think it is, my guy.
No, what I mean is how can you it's on you to argue why your praxis should shift relative to the scale of your vote. Not on me. That's not fucking democracy. That's not
fucking democracy.
republicanism. That's bullshit.
What do you think
bullshit.
praxis means?
Oh my god. I think I got him, guys. I gotta say though, that's like even my argument, which I now don't like in hindsight, it still fucking got him. It still beat him in the end. Now I would say no. It's not really shifting if I'm a consequentialist. If I care about the outcome, then I'm going to vote for the candidate, for harm reduction. It's pretty consistent. It's not shifting or anything. That's what I would say now, talking to him. But man, he tried to do a gotcha with he tried to do a gotcha with these people in the primaries, and I'm like, yeah, but they won the primaries. And then he's like, fuck, no, it's on you. Oh Lord, man. But I guess that's what debating is sometimes. It's like you don't have to give the best argument. You just have to give a better one. Give a better one than your opponent. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be better than them.
Praxis is how you express your political worldview.
Okay, I guess that's good enough.
Not good.
I would say it's like it's putting your it's like practice, like putting your theory into practice is a kind of how I would have put it, but it's fair. His definition is fair.
Enough. That's a gorgeous and elegant way of describing it. Now,
Yeah, I know you love the way you describe things.
go ahead.
I'm sure you would consider anything out of your mouth gorgeous and eloquent.
Well, I leave it. I leave it to those listening to this, and they can decide for themselves whether that was
I think they already have.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they're on your side. To them, I'm a cunt. I'm sure I'm a cunt.
You are. My face was like
Cunt. I'm sure I'm a cunt.
yeah.
Yeah, we accept incels on this channel. They are just misguided children.
This
We
is
tend to
No,
the flock.
we must tend to our flock.
No, okay.
Everyone.
I definitely conceded before that was in bad faith.
Do you think I have another question? This is random. Have
Go
you
ahead.
seen my hair? Do you know
No.
what my hair looks like?
I just thought it was curly. You just sound like a curly-haired guy. I'm sorry, dude.
It's
No,
very
I said
curly, thank you.
Okay, so before, like I said, I grant to you that
That was the best gotcha in the debate that I had.
what I said
Fucking got him.
You
was
could even say it's gorgeous and eloquent.
okay. Your hair is beautiful, and I'd like to wrap it around my cup.
hold up. He sexually harasses me again here. Trigger warning.
What I said
You
was
could even say it's gorgeous and eloquent.
okay. Your hair is beautiful, and I'd like to wrap it around my cock.
Okay,
And it's-
this is crossing the line real fast.
Okay. No.
When you're definitely not mad that you just got blown the fuck out and that your point was shown to be wrong and you're inconsistent, so you start sexually harassing your debate opponent. I handled that pretty well, though.
I acted in bad faith when I said that. I made assumptions about you, and I shouldn't have. You're right. And I conceded that a while back.
Feels kind of like you got some of your own issues to work through here.
Woo!
Well, for sure, yeah. Yeah, I'm unwell. We're all unwell.
Well,
I'm
there's a scale here.
And where am I in the scale? What's your ableist?
You broke the scale.
You
That's-
broke the
that's fat
scale. That's fat shaming.
shaming too, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Wait, what now?
Scale.
I'm
What was
unwell.
he?
We're all unwell.
Well,
I'm
there's a scale here.
And where am I in the scale? What's your ableist?
You broke the scale.
Ableist.
That's
Immediately gonna jump to calling me ableist too.
fat shaming too, I guess.
Yeah.
It is funny, like this entire thing, he makes a few accusations of ableism too, and it's like, you're a fucking sexual weirdo. You've sexually harassed me and talked about child pornography out of the blue nowhere. This is
This is weird, man. All right. I guarantee though, if we like scroll through his Twitter, we would find just as worse, if not just as bad, if not worse, ableist stuff. No, this is the same shirt. They both have a pocket.
No, I definitely think we could have a lot of fun talking about things, but when it comes to like vote shaming and kind of like
can I just say I fucking hate that word? Like, these people were all fucking fine with it when I was like railing against Elizabeth Warren and Pete Buttigieg, but now all of a sudden it's down to, now all of a sudden their guy loses, and they don't, and now they're crying vote shaming. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking losers. Politics is a never-ending battle. The fight continues another day. Get out. Go. We don't want you. Fucking babies, man.
it's going to be hard to find a cohesive worldview.
I don't know if this is vote shaming. This is just me kind of responding to someone who called me a same core capitulating virgin, incel virgin. Yeah. Now what I'm doing, I guess, is vote shaming, though.
Yeah, no, you're right. I know, but see, that's the thing. I was trying to be funny, but at the same time, I broke a lot of my rules.
I don't think he has any rules. I just presented a threat to his ego, so therefore I wasn't mad at me.
Was number one, assuming shit about you without knowing what you
rules. You have rules.
I mean, I have guiding principles,
and you don't want to violate. Wait, let me get this right. It was you don't want to violate the laws as they are now, or something like that.
No, right. No, I'm saying dumb. That I'm not internally consistent. I make a lot of fucking mistakes, and sometimes I act in a way that is not in my best interest, and sometimes I will advocate for things not in my best interest.
Like not voting for Biden. Am I right? Yeah.
However, I do have a set of like guiding principles, and definitely I started this in bad faith. And there's some arguments I made that were a bit squirrely that I
guess you just admitted to it right there, huh?
Don't agree with, that I wish I either admitted that I don't have a good answer instead of coming up with shit on the spot. And one of them is that laws as they are. You're right. That's one of the bullshit arguments I made. That should be
34 years old and you're saying shit like that. Like, I think you've had more than enough time to figure this shit out, man. Whatever. Like, I get making mistakes and doing an argument. You don't really like it so much. But like within the span of 20 minutes, he's like, yeah, no, I'm being squirrely in bad faith. Like, come on, man. Get your acts together.
Disregarded.
So I'll have you know, I've done this whole thing sober. I'm to think I'm relatively coherent here.
Right.
I mean, when you're talking about you're going to vote for your conscience, because I am relatively coherent, especially to him. 32? No, he's 34. 34. Yep. Whatever weird shifting praxis. It kind of sounds like, like you just said, it kind of sounds like you're advocating against your own interests here.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you are. Sometimes that's all you can do. As an atomized individual, you can make a sacrifice, right? Isn't that? Look at that. You vote. In other words, I think that your way of voting, strategically scaled to its ultimate output and result, I think it's totally valid. And I think it should be argued for. However, I also think that people who decide to have a universal, instead of a means tested, but universal.
I don't know why you keep saying means tested. What is with... This is kind of weird.
Okay, what...
This is like... Also, a follow-up is like... Biden got more votes than any of the other candidates in the Democratic primary. Like, hey, man.
Shit sucks, but that's how it goes sometimes.
How would you define?
When I think of means tested, I think of Nancy Pelosi and the kind of like we're gonna give unemployment to qualifying individuals, which doesn't mean everyone unemployed gets it.
Your personal
no,
vote.
No, it's not the same. It isn't the same. I don't know how I can explain this to you. That you're just saying. You know, you started this thing. You said that I just repeat stuff.
Do you know what a fucking rhetorical device is, dude?
Listen, when we started this, rhetorical device is, dude. Like I'm pretty sure I do. I'm pretty sure you don't know what language is, dude. I don't want to grammar Nazi too much on you. I usually try my best to try to get what you're going at, get what someone's going at, because sometimes we all misspeak. Sometimes some people. Hey, you're not so great at it. You know, sometimes you understand words, but it's not your first language, but you're still trying your best. This guy is just incoherent. Like not in a way that. Hold on. And and the best part is he's mad about it. It's you're getting mad that you're losing. He sounds 15. This is just sad. I'm 30. I thought he was 18. Yeah, I know. That was my response at the start of it. I was like, "You're 34." This blew my mind. And explain so much of his behavior in this thing is just you never. I don't want to tell people to grow up, but wow. Some of this is something didn't go right with you. Explain this to you that you're just saying. You started this thing. You said that I just repeat stuff.
Do you know what a fucking rhtorical device is, dude?
Listen, when we started this thing, you said that I had no idea what I was talking about. I was just repeating stuff from my same core group or whatever. And now you've been doing that this entire conversation.
Okay.
And now you're doing it with means testing, and it's you don't even have the right definition for it. You're not using it in the proper context.
Okay.
It's true.
What is mean testing?
And he was screaming, "Do you know what a fucking rhetorical device is, dude?" And it's bro, you're doing exactly what you've accused me of, and now you're mad about it. I just fucking explained it. Oh my! I think I handled it pretty well, considering how belligerent he was.
No, relax. Means testing means
he's yelling, and now he's telling me to relax.
that you create a filter. This filter is a sieve of sorts. It is designed to not let certain people make it into the system because they don't deserve it. Would you agree? Is still Manning, is that inaccurate?
I can't. I wouldn't say it's not necessarily deserved, but you hit a minimum criteria.
There you go. However,
yeah, and I don't see how that.
Who decides the parameters of who fits and who doesn't?
I do.
These people. You decide.
I am the arbiter. Remember? Yeah, but it's you say who decides, but you're asking me about my own opinion. It's going to be me. I am the answer to that because it's my own opinion. Maybe this is ableist, but it's maybe this guy, I guess he's got he might actually have a narcissistic personality disorder, and it's maybe he's just incapable of conceiving it from someone else's perspective. I hate to say it, but people like that, those people do exist. They are like that. No. And he seems to fit the criteria for it.
Oh, the point is, it's if you're against redlining, if you're against gerrymandering, you by default must realize that you have to oppose fucking dun 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 dun. Go ahead, answer. Means testing. It is just another measure. It's like voter ID. It's another measure of reducing the amount of people who could possibly.
This is a completely incoherent and non sequitur argument.
Because I'm talking about why you. Because the original idea here was that we were talking about you should vote a certain way, blah 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 over the best candidate, and he's like, you're applying means testing to it. But if you oppose gerrymandering and redlining, you should oppose means testing, and it's like, this isn't gerrymandering or redlining. This is voting for the best candidate in the political process. This has nothing to do with that. Why are you bringing them up like that? It's an entirely different. Yeah, it's an entirely different argument, entirely different segment of our society to look at and address. But
take advantage of this welfare system that they deserve to take advantage of. It is a tactic to reduce the amount of people who could possibly take. So universal programs, I support.
I'm going to kill myself on stream right fucking now. I muted it so he didn't hear me, and I said I'm going to kill myself on stream right fucking now. I feel the same way right now, cause fuck, side of my head right here, man. Just trying to like put myself in the brain space of this guy. Oh my god, it's not working, man.
You decide to stop voting for that if you think that you can incrementally build towards that in the general.
Again with the incremental stuff, I should have mentioned that more. It's not exactly something I've said. I've said you vote for the best candidate to getting Trump out was the main argument I presented, which getting Trump out is not so much incremental. It's kind of a big. It's like here's a goal. Let's get it done.
I just don't make that shift. Why is my praxis? Why is my political worldview and deontological duty? Why is it any less valid than yours?
Because I don't know what I say, but basically because you're not actually doing anything. You're not actually getting anything done. You're just doing something else and say you did a good job, therefore you're morally superior, and you act smug about it. Like, I don't know, show me a video of you punching a Nazi. Maybe then I'll change my mind. I actually don't do that. You get arrested for assault.
Because yours is more pragmatic? Well, maybe it's more pragmatic to do a lot of, I don't even want to make examples. Pragmatism.
I wonder why he can't make examples.
Doesn't justify the point of sale choice a person can make as an atomized individual. And so I believe as long as I'm voting affirmatively for what I want, then I am sound. I don't need to be part
there
of it.
It is. There we go. What? I wish you said that at the start there. That would have made this a lot easier. Yeah, you just kind of went on for a couple of minutes there. Okay. So if you vote you're conscious, then you're sound. Something like that. I'm sorry. I should have quoted that better. But something along those lines.
Well, I mean, you feel that way.
Well, that's what you said. I'm sorry. I was quoting you.
But don't you feel that same way down ballot? But then you stop feeling that same.
No, I don't feel that way down ballot, but I don't think I get into that
same way once it comes to the general, because you believe that it's of greater importance. Still, man, you better. That at this level, having Trump is demonstrably worse.
Do you just?
I'm sorry.
Down ballot is the names lower on the ballot in the general. They're not two different things. I'm not sure what you were getting at there.
I'm sorry. I guess that's a false dichotomy.
Yeah,
what I meant was...
I meant in the primary. I always vote in the general. I always vote in the primaries. And I always vote down ballot. And honestly,
Brad,
after all this talk with you, everything I said that kicked this off, that pissed you off for whatever reason, I'm going to stand by it now. Because there's something with you that's like, this has just radicalized me more. Do you talk like this all the time?
How's that?
This is where I dropped the pretense of good faith that I've tried and just like ad hominem. Just a little bit, though. Are you talking like you normally do? Because you sound like
I have an affect. Yeah,
I don't. No one fucking cares. I don't mean like a speech impediment. I mean like the words coming out of your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, I have an affectation because of a personality disorder. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It is a narcissistic personality disorder. That explains it. Sure. Whatever. Sure. Whatever. Honestly, it's like because it's like ultimately. Hey, here we go. Another hot take time. Yeah, but ultimately, I don't think most people care about like ableism. I mean, like let me put that differently. Most people like don't really care about your disabilities. They don't care about whatever you got wrong with you. Like it's not necessarily one way or the other. It's just you're someone else. You're not me. I think that's how most people kind of think. Maybe they care about like really close friends and family, but for the vast majority of people, it's not really anything. But what they do care about, and this is where it gets to be ableist. Well, okay, there's other people. We'll get to that too. But what most people care about is how you affect them. And unfortunately, for certain personality disorders, cluster B personality disorders, specifically narcissism, it affects other people pretty negatively. So they have a pretty strong view about that. It doesn't mean we shouldn't, doesn't mean these people are less human, doesn't mean we should do anything to them. They deserve the same rights as everybody else. It's just, I'm going to be a little skeptical when someone is a narcissist and they're going to be doing, saying stuff like this. Or their Destiny's a narcissist too. He's talked about that. It sucks. It really does. But it's like, on an individual level, like, you can't let people walk all over you. You can't let them, abuse you. You gotta cut them out sometimes. Yeah, I think that's a good take. I would leave the room if you were like giving a speech or something. Because this is, as a chatter said, pretentious word salad is what most of this sounds like.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely I have expressive aphasia. And sometimes,
this is less expressive aphasia and more like you're just a condescending prick. And you don't know what you're talking about.
Calm down. I can get my ideas across clearly, but it's hard to stay calm when I come into a conversation on bad terms. Which
actually, just to be honest, though, he did stay relatively calm throughout the whole thing. So, props for that at least, because like some of these people get really. I mean, I got him flabbergasted at one point. Oh, that was good, but he didn't like start screaming and shouting the N-word or anything like that. Like some of these people. So good job. I mean, good job doing that. You met the bare minimum of expectations.
Which I did, and I tried to fix that, but I failed.
Yeah. Congratulations, you're better than PewDiePie.
Ultimately, especially because I got inebriated before I did this conversation.
He admitted.
And I have expressive aphasia for sure.
You don't even respect me enough to come in here sober. For shame.
I know. I'm sorry.
I offer that to everyone in my audience, and I do. Some people have asked to talk to me, and I have not talked to them yet. We should do something about that.
I should have, and for everyone in the chat, I can't see the chat.
Also, alcohol makes me throw up. Yeah,
it makes me throw up too, but.
I don't have a gallbladder anymore. It's not. I don't drink much, if at all. It's been last time I've had any alcohol was like one shot, like 6 months ago. I no more than that. That's too much work.
Well, at least I can't accuse you of having gall.
Ha.
I remember
that's a
one
good
time I
thing.
was at this guy's apartment and he was trying to sing Positively 4th Street by Bob Dylan. And instead of saying, you've got a lot of nerve, he said, you got a lot of gall. And my brother, who was such a Bob Dylan fan, was so upset that he sang the word wrong that he fucking punched him in the face and broke his jaw. It was a fucking rad day.
You have
Wait,
you have some bad friends.
that was my brother.
You have a bad brother. Yeah, giving some insight into his family life. This
True that.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say before we wind this down?
Yeah. I think you're cool.
This was great.
No, I think you're lame as fuck.
Yeah, I thought so.
I hate your guts. And you basically
Yeah.
will be constantly rejected by society. You'll have a niche group of people who cluster around you and
Let's hear it.
repeat to you ad nauseum and echo chamber fucking mirror repeat to you shit. And yeah,
Oh,
I'm
man.
unwell
Oh,
for sure.
When you're definitely not fucking mad.
I have a personality disorder and it leads to
You mentioned
a
that.
bit of expressive aphasia and word salad. You're right.
Yeah, no one cares about your expressive aphasia and word salad. They care about how you interact with others. And how you interact with others is an overwhelmingly negative thing. At least from the interaction I've had with you. And that's probably why he's projecting all of this hatred onto me here at the end.
But that's ableism that you are doing.
And he cries ableism. And it's like, kind of earned it, though.
Instead of like, so if I said I was dyslexic,
Well,
then you
I
feel
mean, calling someone like a virgin incel is also ableism in a way because you're saying they don't have the social skills
I
required to
agree
get
with you.
laid. But
I agree with
but
you.
now,
that was ableist.
but
No, you're
now
right.
you're trying to wield other ableism against me after initiating this conversation with that.
We both can
Yeah. Now
be wrong.
we both can be wrong, but you're the one trying to weaponize it as a gotcha, and it doesn't work. First off, you have to find someone who actually cares about this in the way you are trying to weaponize it, and I don't really care about it like that. I care more about, like, you know. Yeah, he mentioned dyslexia here. Like okay, you have dyslexia. Like, if someone made a joke like, "What, you can't read?" I'd be like, "Oh, that's a little rude," but I wouldn't like be like, "Ah, you hate people with dyslexia." Nah, that's a bit that's weak. But if it was like, well, I'm the school administrator and I hate this student in particularly, and I'm going to remove all the special technologies we have so this student can read, so that way they fail and have to repeat the grade because I hate them out of spite. That would be fucked up.
It was ableist of me to say that, and it was also ableist of you to say what you said. We're both right. And both wrong. That's the world you can't live in, dude. The world of
Straw poll
nuance.
is in the chat. I muted this part. We're both right, we're both wrong.
Ableist of me to say that, and it was also ableist of you to say what you said. We're both right. And both wrong.
The coherency of his arguments is really dropped off.
That's the world you can't live in, dude. The world of
Also, again, with the conservative boomer shit.
Straw poll
It's the world you can't live in, man. It's not how the real world works, man. Oh, wait, no. How would a boomer talk? That's not the way the world works, son. It's in the chat. Is that ableist? Maybe. It's ageist.
I can. And it's a fucking nightmare.
I can't. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all you got? I gotta say,
No.
though, I like how I handled it. I did handle it pretty calmly in this stream. That's a good job. I mean, I'm being mean to him now, but at the time, I handled that pretty well.
I can talk.
I like that. I like the way I did it.
I can talk all night, dude. I'm fucking getting hammered. What time's it right now? Oh, it's almost fucking. It's 1:30 in the morning. What time's it down there?
1:30. Whoop. Hold up here. 1:30. Shit.
Are you celiac, by the way?
I am, yes.
Okay, does garlic fuck you up?
He's saying all this stuff about me and doesn't know like the most basic big thing that defines me now.
Yep.
No, why would garlic
garlic.
fuck me up?
He doesn't even seem to understand what celiac disease is. Garlic. Celiac is reaction to a protein in wheat, barley, and rye. Some people have problems with oats, but I don't know if that's just an oat thing or a cross-contamination thing. Garlic is not related. Garlic is not wheat, barley, rye, oats. These are grains. Garlic is not a grain.
Some of the celiac people I know, they've told me that like just sort of the whole nightshade thing. Like
I've got
Nightshade thing. I've never heard of that before. I don't think he knows any celiac people. Anyway, I did a straw poll here asking the chat, should we ban him? This is always how I do it whenever I talk with these people. It's all I always like to ask, like, you know, if it gets to the end and it's like, I don't like this person, should we ban them? And then every time it's a yes vote. I love it though.
I've got one more. No, that's absurd. I got one more question for you.
He voted.
Right?
Did you see that?
I've got one more. No, that's
He voted no.
that's absurd. I got one
It's one vote for no.
more question for you. All right.
Okay.
Actually, I have a couple.
This.
So you say
go ahead.
This is like really at home, but like, he had it coming.
you say you get laid all the time. Isn't that a little irresponsible? You think during a pandemic?
Yes.
Pandemic or not, actually, with this guy.
But you do it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. How often do you drink?
Every single day.
Fuck, man. I can't imagine that. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta.
And you don't think having sex with strangers while people are intoxicated might be a little rapey?
He thought about it.
You-
He thought about it for a moment.
Usually I'm drunk and they are not.
He had. I am not comfortable with the way he had to think about that. Look on my face.
You sure about that? Or are you just saying that now? Now that I've brought it up.
I'm saying that because that is the case.
I don't know if I believe him. Like after everything in that, I don't think I believe him.
All right.
They usually the main problem when I meet up with women is that they don't like that I'm drunk.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Because drunk guys are creepy. I understand it. And they're right. And if they don't like that I'm drunk, I dip.
That's true. That's good.
Can you imagine like fucking dating this guy? Holy shit. Right? Oh man. I don't even know what else to say. Like I am horrified.
Speaking of dipping,
Hey.
I hung up on him.
All right.
He's banned.
Beautiful. I love that. I love how I did that. I worked the pun into it.
All right, so
Do I
now
say
that that's
anything
out of the
else?
way, everyone, let me just get this part. We're gonna wind this down real quick. That was insane.
That was.
I want to say this
This was the most insane conversation I've had since starting this YouTube channel.
right now. consent is not possible when people are impaired.
Yes.
Do not drink before hooking up with anyone. And
Yes.
if someone else has been drinking, do not hook up with them. This
Yes.
applies to alcohol. This applies to drugs. Yeah, I'll apply it to marijuana. You can do. The only exception is if it's like you're in a relationship already and you know you're cool with each other and you talk about it beforehand. That can be okay. But anything else, no. Consent is dubious at best.
This is a good take.
If you think it's fine, it's not. You're wrong. It's rape. This is that Brock Turner guy was a fuck. You know, he thought when they asked him in court, he was like, "I thought she wanted it." Yeah, it's the same
Yeah, they were both drunk that night.
fucking logic. It's the same fucking
not.
creeps.
Yeah.
My God, this is. Oh, I'm pissed. What a fucking loser. What a fucking weirdo. Good
Messed
lord.
up my hair. Yeah, that was. Whew.
Whew.
That was fun. Holy crap. How long has this stream been going? 2 hours, 30 minutes? Oh shit, man. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. This is crazy. Alright. What kind of comments did I get here? I think I got comments on the live stream too. Oh yeah. So anyway, in recap, I think I did relatively well, especially when he really started losing it at the end there. Like that was impressive. That was nice. We should get more. I wish more random. Well, that wasn't entirely random, but I wish more hostile people on Twitter would actually show up to debate me. That's content, though. Oh man. Oh boy. Yeah, like I said though, in hindsight, I would lean further into harm reduction. That would have made it a lot more clear right off the bat. Should have done that. I would do that in the future because that is essentially what I was trying to argue, but I didn't really express it as well as I would have liked. But that's okay. What kind of comments do I got? Sounds like a bootleg Virgil from DMC. I don't know. Never get over him calling you Mary Pete. Completely assumed everything about you. Yep. I think the best faith interpretation of that is meant I'm like Pete Buttigieg, and I'm insincere in what I say. He suggested it and kind of touched on it when he called me same core, I think. And then I just repeat things. But he embarrassingly completely failed to meaningfully back any of those claims up. True. Accelerationism is not praxis. I feel bad for this dude. We can both engage in direct action and work within the systems to make the world better. Ding, ding, ding. Kind of touched on that with the Stalin thing. I was like, I wonder if you're an accelerationist. But I didn't. I don't think he's an accelerationist. I just think he hasn't entirely thought out his ideology that much. He appears to be an alcoholic. Gee, who would have thought? These busters really do have worms for brains. They just can't understand reality. And I respond, Buster makes me feel good. That guy probably. It's been fun. How's the air quality where I live? Not so great. It's better than it has been. Hold on. A few days ago, oh my god, a few days ago the AQI got into the hundreds here, which is not a very common thing. Oh shit, we're in the hundreds again today too. Fuck. Yeah, ozone is the main thing we get. Well, it's not hundreds, it's the orange, I mean. 70. It's around 2 p.m. Crap. We're still in the greens right now. Fuck me, man. At least the particulate matter is lower. Fuck, yeah, I woke up a couple days ago. in the middle of the night just coughing. And I looked up the AQI and it was like 110, 120.
It went away after a couple hours, but that was that was unpleasant, to say the least. You mean smoke quality? I don't know about you guys, but all my air is smoke. All right. What else have we got on the live stream here?
Do you include?
Do you include
me? Is there anything else in here? Yeah, some of these comments are like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Anything good here? Hold on, was there another comment? Oh yeah, just got to his assertion he's getting laid during the pandemic. The Virgin Celiac versus the Chad caller. Hi, maybe. Huh? What's going on? Is he really claiming that people only recently invented the concept of voting for the lesser of two evils and strategically voting? It's a pretty common voting strategy. Or like, does he not understand articulating a thought or concept? I don't really understand the premise of the debate or the points in the original conflict, so... Who? You need to start finding people who can actually debate and have a respectful debate that is interesting in the ways of being intellectually stimulating and less dude regurgitating stupid internet slangs actively trying to give me a headache. Like, come on, these people really think they're doing something by calling people SJWs or incels. Yeah, what? I should have asked, like, is calling people incels praxis? That would have been funny. What is it with guys thinking that having sex with bitches means anything about their value as a man? Yeah, like, not only does it sound like, you know, high school, college mentality, but it's like, I don't know, if you're someone who's talking about, like, having, like, a lot of sex, like, frequently, even if you are, that suggests to me that you're mentally unstable in some way, or you've got some sort of mental illness that's not being treated. I guess you mentioned he's narcissist, personality disorder, which I guess counts, but fuck me, man. Actually, no, don't do that. I will shoot you. Oh, now he is less high and lamenting that he sounds way, way worse than he originally thought he did. He thought he was doing something intelligent, but started realizing he was sounding foolish. Like, you were 34 years old? Yeah, 34 years old and still an alcoholic. All right. Your life's over. Then he goes between saying weird things and creepy things, then tries to sound way more intelligent than he is, back to saying disrespectful shit. People don't want Trump in office because he is opening up the gateways to fascism and is actively trying to do so. That includes voting against him by any means possible. Americans are really weird. Yeah, I agree. That's basically the primary thing I wanted here. I think debating the narcissistic philosopher, debating experiencing a midlife crisis. Yes. Loving the hair. Thank you. Person's position is completely ridiculous. The only two possible candidates in the primary were Biden and Bloomberg. I'd vote for Biden any day of the week. I preferred a lot of Gravel's positions, but still went with Sanders because Gravel wasn't electorally viable, and my vote would act as a spoiler for Bernie. It's not about voting with conscience. No candidate will line up perfectly with anyone's prescriptive opinions. It's about reducing as much harm as possible. Ding, ding, ding. Yes. I hope this guy sobers up and realizes how unhinged he sounded. Oh, yeah. Agreed, I have, and I do. Oh, shit, he commented. Wonder if he's got anything on his channel. Zach Paz, you disgusting Zionist Masonic puppet. What the fuck? Zach Paz, illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling are the 4 pillars of sinful life. What the fuck? Who's this? They have like a swastika in their thing? But it's got dots, so that makes it different. No content. I can't even pronounce this. Okay, some fucking weirdo. Not even giving good comments. FYI, I was blackout hammered when I did this. Boy, don't do that. Alright, this one here was good. I don't agree with some of your points, but you act arrogant. I don't disagree with some of your points, but you act arrogant, catty, and neurotic. That's a new one, neurotic. Not sure if you're trying to rile people up on purpose, but it's not an honest way of conducting a debate.
it makes you look insecure, as if you had to project your emotional response to the audience in order to also have them feel the same way. What are you saying, that I have, you know, rhetorical skills in moving an audience and making them feel things? This is good. You don't let the argument speak for itself. It's embarrassing considering the low-hanging fruit you pick. But this is called being a good speaker. I mean, I think the argument is good enough, or whatever. And I go, I don't know, bro. You want to debate me on that? He doesn't. No, I have enough worth not to let someone shit on me for laughs, as I suspected. It's funny because, regardless, here we are shitting on you for laughs. Haha. Zach Paz, 7 subscribers. What did he upload? Just a bunch of music shit? 8 years ago? It's fucking boring. You suck, dog. So? What a loser. You put your own face on your YouTube page but don't have anything good? Loser! Alright, that's enough. I don't think I need this. I don't think I need this. Alright, I think we're done here. Alright, thanks for joining, everyone. Thank you for joining, everyone. It's been fun. It's been fun and a half. Yeah, I think I did a good summary there. I think that was a good review. I smacked him. That beta got BTFO'd. Anyway, if anyone else wants to debate any more Bernie or Busters or Chuds or MAGA people, y'all are always welcome to try to come on. You never fucking do it, but it's out there. You just email me or hop in the Discord or at me on Twitter. Someone added me on Twitter recently and wanted to debate, but they didn't they? Yeah, hold on. I'll show you all the messages for this person. I don't fucking care. Let me like hide these people. Yeah, this person was like talking shit on Cyberwitch Lexi. They're not Cyberwitch Lexi anymore, whatever. But y'all know who. And then I was like, you want to debate me, bro? And then they didn't. I mean, they did. And then we were asking. I DM'd them. They were like, DM me. I DM'd them. We were talking about it. And then they're like, I could do Saturday morning. Oh, hold on. I need to hide my... Wait, I showed y'all. I uploaded a picture of this. Yeah. I could do Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Central Time. And I'm like, hey, that works for me. I was going to say we duel at dawn, but that's a bit later. Are you actually running for governor? No, it's a meme, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I see. I'll send you an invite to the Discord we'll use tomorrow for the debate. We'll do it Saturday morning, which was yesterday. Yesterday, 11 a.m. They say, this person says, don't chicken out. I will also stream it. I'm like, I never back down. Go ahead and stream it. And then they blocked me. After they told me not to chicken out, they blocked me. Ah, it's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Can we like go to their page? Hold on. Look at this. I'm blocked. I'm blocked. They blocked me. This person was like a Destiny fan, so maybe... And they're still posting. So maybe like they got upset that Destiny got banned or something. And then they like blocked me. Or maybe they saw my debate with the Green Party person and then they were like, fuck this, I'm out. What are you even posting about? Tell the cancer patient to fuck off and die. Who the fuck are you? Wait.
Nothing interesting here. Anyway, what a loser. What a fucking loser. I had like planned out my day. I was excited and looking forward to it. And they backed out. What a chicken. Oh well. Alright. Now we're gonna end this, I believe. Alright, yeah. That was fun. Thanks for joining, everyone. This has been great. I've been working on a big Dave Rubin video. Maybe, hopefully, I'll get it out by the end of the month. I'd also like to get some smaller ones out, or not exactly smaller, but like not as big as the Dave Rubin thing I'm working on. The Dave Rubin thing I'm working on, like 2 years ago, I did a big like, you know, what kicked the channel off was like a big Jordan Peterson thing that was like well researched, acted, had a few sketches and whatnot. I'm gonna do a similar thing with Dave Rubin because it's been 2 years since that. That's my goal, you know, for the anniversary. Yay! I'd like to get some smaller things out because that's what the YouTube algorithm likes, is like quick, consistent content. But we'll see what actually happens because I'm not always consistent. All right. Thanks, everyone. It's been fun. Thanks for watching.